Yeah, so tonight against Illinois Wesleyan, I thought that we really did a good job in the first half of playing our game and kind of executing the scout and our game plan. Unfortunately, the moments we had to really put one in the net and get a grasp on the game, we let those slip away. And as we talked about in pregame and as we talked about all year, we can't let those moments slip away against tough teams, against teams that are gonna have a response. So first 45 were great. 1 minute in the second half, we fall asleep. We told our guys at halftime, expect this, expect that. We told them pregame that number 15 Gilbert was the guy to watch on their team, and momentary lapse. And I think after that, a lot of emotion, a lot of maybe frustration, a little bit frantic. I think we got away from our game plan a little bit, and it was great to get the equalizer. It was great to do it in such a dramatic fashion, but in reality, that's a game that we need to put away early on and then step on them a little bit. And I think we made it harder on ourselves. So, again, the goal in overtime, 15 gets behind us. The one of two guys we really talked about, and they made us pay.
Talk about the one goal. Was that kind of the plan for just honest to just kind of boot it toward an end and see what happened?
The plan was to have more goals before the last minute of the game. But at that point, you just got to make the keeper make a save. So I actually said to him before he hit it, just make sure it's on frame. And he did the best thing he could do. He hit it around the wall on the ground, which is really tough for a goalkeeper to see through the player's legs. And even if the keeper saved it and gave up a rebound, we have guys coming in to put it away. So he did the perfect thing. A lot of times, guys in that situation would be adrenaline high and go for glory and try to rip it. And, he did exactly what we needed. Yeah, it worked out. We have a lot of guys that we feel could have put that one in, Edgar included, some of the other guys that play in the attack, but happy that Honest was able to do what we needed to do.
Edgar played out there today in the rain and the kind of messy conditions. What was that like?
Well, we were used to it, so it wasn't really that much of a difference. We have to be able to accommodate to the conditions that the field is in, slick or dry, or if it's hot outside, we should be accustomed in 5 minutes or less into the field when it's game time.
Coach, talk a little bit more about the first half. You mentioned it earlier. It seems like you guys got a lot of opportunities, just couldn't find the back of the net.
Yeah, I felt that, in transition, we were able to really play through the midfield quickly, and when we were connecting on those, they were giving us a lot of space to get in behind. I think Ante, one touch, one bad, not even a bad, just a little bit off touch puts him in a little bit of trouble. And then Johnny hits the crossbar. Bobby had one where he got behind the defense. I think, again, it's as one of my assistant coaches always says, you have to create chances to miss chances. So that's a good sign. But again, at the end of 90 minutes, you don't want to be sitting there saying, what if? And I think that's been the case now for 3 out of the last 4 games. What if, what if, what if? And, it's easy for these guys in the grind and the routine of every 3 days playing a game to kind of settle for what works, and we're pushing them to constantly evaluate, and obviously that's something we got to address now, is how do we do better in those moments? Is it psychological? Is it repetitions? What is it? And I know we have the guys who can do it at a high rate and can do it, when the pressure's on. It just didn't come together for us tonight.
Edgar, obviously a tough loss tonight, but do you feel like the team's really starting to hit their stride now as more games are starting to pass up and you're heading into conference play pretty soon?
Yeah, coming into this game, we were really pumped up since we got our first win over Sunday. And like I mentioned to them before the game, we have to take a step forward one at a time. Each game is this opportunity to take a step forward. Unfortunately, today it didn't work out. We know we gave the game away. And so now, this weekend, we have to prepare starting tomorrow, get on it, and prepare to, instead of taking that step back, another step back, take a step forward again and get ready for the next games that are coming up again.
Augustana comes here on Saturday.
Yeah, they I believe they're 2-2 on the year. They've done a couple weekends now where they've traveled and played two games in 24 hours or 36 hours. We saw them at the end of last year in a very odd game. I think going out there after we had clinched a share of the conference title to play a game that on paper pretty much meant nothing to either team. So we know that this is going to be a much different game. They're playing the night before, so who knows, what they'll be feeling on day 2. much like Wesleyan, I think they'll be very direct. I think they'll be pretty athletic. They'll try to just catch you, like that goal at the end. They're not as big as most of the teams you'll see in the CCIW, so hopefully we can get the ball a little bit more off of our goal kicks and our punts. And I think it should be a game again, at home where we come out and hit our stride. And hopefully this time when we create better opportunities in them and more of them, like we did tonight against Wesleyan, that will put them away. And I know that these guys are up to the next challenge, as Edgar said, one step at a time.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.